Hi, this is Kitty Boitnott of Boitnott Coaching, or Kitty at careermakeover.coachesconsole.com, and happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a great week so far. The topic for the day is, are you feeling stuck in some way? I don't know if you feel that way or not, but I know a lot of people are feeling stuck in dead-end jobs, in dead-end relationships. They feel stuck in some realm of their ability to take care of themselves health-wise. And so there's just a lot of feeling of being stuck that I talk to people about all the time. I just talked to someone the other day who said, I just feel stuck and I don't know where to turn. So I wanted to offer that there are a couple of resources that you might want to take advantage of if this notion of being stuck, feeling stuck, not quite sure where to turn, resonates for you today. One of the resources is a relatively new, I think it just came out a few days ago, Netflix documentary about Tony Robbins. And the title of the presentation is I'm Not Your Guru. Now, if you don't know Tony Robbins, I don't imagine that you've never heard of him. You probably know something about him because he's been around for a long time. He's probably a pioneer in the self-improvement, self-exploration industry. One of the first life coaches, I suspect, and that was back before we ever called people like him a life coach. But he came up as a child, had a rough childhood, pretty much taught himself everything he knows about human psychology, and started offering seminars to help people improve their lives. One of the things he did early in his career was that he helped people stop smoking. He's helped people with diet and weight. And in this particular presentation, which was a seminar that he calls A Date with Destiny, there were 2,500 or so people who had paid $5,000 a head to attend the seminar, which runs from 11 in the morning until 11 in the evening or later, for 6 full days. And it was fascinating to have an opportunity to see what kind of dynamic occurs in that particular seminar. So I was interested in it. Now, I will warn you, he uses the F word a lot, to the point where I was irritated at one point. Now, he says, and he mentions this in the presentation, in the documentary, that he uses that word and other offensive words deliberately as part of his strategy for disrupting people's normal train of thought. When he is abrupt with them in his use of language, it gets their attention, he says, in a way that he might not be able to get their attention otherwise. Now, I don't know if that's a thing or not. I don't know. I don't use it. I don't think it's appropriate for certain audiences. So just be forewarned that there is strong language in this 2-hour presentation. But if you're interested at all in some of his methods and techniques and his ability to question people and to watch their body language, even the most subtle body language he was able to pick up on, so that he could get to the root of what was going on with someone very, very quickly. And one example was a young woman who stood up to say that her problem was her diet. Now, you would look at her, she was a beautiful girl. You wouldn't think she had an issue with her weight or her diet. She didn't look overweight and she didn't look underweight. Well, he caught on right away that that wasn't her issue at all. Her issue was that she had had a failing relationship with her father, where she had felt abandoned by him, because of his drug use. And she had this ongoing love-hate relationship going on. She hated his drug habit. She hated that his habit had kept him from being part of her family. She hated that it kept him from being the father that she wanted and craved for. And all of that came up, just bubbling up inside of a few minutes. It was amazing. And there's some other pretty remarkable events as well. So I'm offering it if you have a Netflix subscription. If you want to take a look, it might help you in figuring out what are some of the questions you need to be asking yourself to help you get unstuck. The other resource I'd like to offer, in case you haven't been aware of it, is the new Oprah Winfrey and Deepak Chopra 21-day meditation series that just happens to be on this whole topic of getting unstuck. Now, it started last Monday on July the 11th, so it's already been in effect over a week. And if you're listening to the free series, you can only access the previous 5 days. So if you haven't been listening, you could sign up today, Tuesday, and get the previous 5 meditations and then pick up for the next 2 weeks to listen to the remainder. When you sign up, you get a reminder each morning that the new meditation for the day is available. It's a very nice series. If you've never participated in one of Oprah's and Deepak Chopra's meditation series, I think you have a treat in store. I enjoy them very much, so I would recommend, especially given that the topic for this particular series is the whole notion of being stuck and getting unstuck. So those are my resources for today, my offering on the issue of feeling stuck, being stuck, whether it's in a job, a relationship, or in some other area of your life. And what I want to say to you is that if you feel like you're stuck and you really don't know where to turn, there is no shame in asking for help. You may just need an outside, objective, third-party point of view. You may need somebody like Tony Robbins to ask you the right questions in order to get you to realize what it is that you need to do for yourself to get yourself unstuck. I offer that you just have to decide. But just by saying just decide, I'm very well aware that that's much, much harder than it sounds. Sometimes you have to decide what it is that you want as opposed to what it is that you're experiencing, and that isn't as clear as you think it might ought to be. So if you need help, let me know, or seek out the help of someone else who can help you get unstuck and living the life you deserve to live. On that note, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your week. As always, I love to hear from you if you have thoughts, ideas, suggestions, or whatever feedback you might like to offer. And until next week, have a great one.